So before going into the method itself, let me just explain to you how much this money making method makes and what you need to do it. And it really depends on what you have to how much you're going to be making, but with the bare minimum of the gear and levels, you can easily be making up to 1.5 mil to 2 mil per hour. And if you have somewhat of a decent gear, you'll be making 3.5 to 4 mil per hour. And with the max possible gear, which is going to cost you hundreds of millions of coins. To put this in perspective, the required gear is less than a mil, but to get the maximum potential of it, you will be making more than 6 to 7 mil per hour. So the method itself, as you can see behind me, is basically farming nether warts, and why is this never known before, or why did no one use this before, is one, there's so many new things such as new farming levels, elephant pets, and specific holes made for each type of crop to harvest, and each of these makes you get a lot more crops or loot per harvest. This means more coins. And number two is because there's a new method of farming nether wart or basically any other crops, and either people didn't know this or just didn't use this enough or wasn't well known enough because there wasn't competitive farming. But what you do is basically you make a nether wart farm or any farm with 8 block rows, and when you harvest you come into the middle, you get a hole or you do replies on it, you crouch and you just mine this way, and you get 4 times more on this tree because I don't have the optimal speed, but you get 4 times more than what you usually get from using this method, which is flying on top. So the main pro for nether wart compared to other crops is you can sell this to the NPC, so you don't have to rely on bazaar price, and the NPC price is usually slightly better than the bazaar price. So your income will never change no matter how long it takes, unless there's an update reducing the price of nether warts to NPC. So now I'll go through the basic gear you need to use this method, and there's going to be 3 different sets I'm going to be showing you. One is the basics, which you get the gear for the cheapest possible and whatever that works for the nether wart farm. And the second one is going to be probably the most optimal for cash to income you're going to be getting. And the third one is the most overkill maximum possible gear you can be using. So for the first gear, you don't need any armor, you don't need anything, you just need one hole, any hole, and you need replenish on it. So it's going to cost about 1 million coins total, and using this and just the farm itself, you will be getting up to 1.5 mil to 2 mil per hour. So the second set, or probably the most optimal in my opinion in terms of cost needed to start to the income you're going to get, is going to be using a relatively medium level elephant pet, which is going to cost you about 20 mil or 18 million coins. You're going to need a Newton's nether wart hole with turbo watts 4 on it, or if you have turbo watts 5 and you have gold, you can use turbo watts 5. So the hole will cost you upwards of 5 to 6 mil, maybe 7 mil, and the elephant pet is around 18 mil. So with a total set of 25 million coins and a decent bit of farming level, I'm using this test with farm rank 27, so it's not high at all, you're gonna be getting about 4 mil per hour. So that is probably the most optimal set most people can be using. So the maximum potential gear set is similar thing, you just upgrade it. It's gonna be a level 100 elephant pet, which is gonna cost you about 35 million coins. You're also gonna want the maximum hole, which is gonna cost you another 30 million coins, 35 if you wanna put turbo watts 5 on it. You're also gonna want farming 60, which is gonna be insanely hard to get, and 10 golden medals. So that's not possible for most people. But with that gear set, according to my calculations at least, you'll be making about 6 to 7 mil or a bit more per hour. So if you can do that, yeah, go do that. It's such a good method. And I cannot just say random things and not prove it, so I'm gonna prove it by doing 6 minutes of farming nether warts with a medium set, which is gonna be my elephant pet and this hole. And I'm also gonna be testing it with a minimal set, which is gonna be a regular replenish hole and no special pets. I will come back to you guys with the amount of nether warts I got and the amount of cash I got from this. So I'm here with my results, and firstly with the basic setup, which means this hole with absolutely nothing on it, just telekinesis and harvesting 5 and no elephant pet, got me this much nether warts. And if I solve this right now, that's gonna be 178k in 6 minutes. So if I multiply that by 10, it's gonna be 1.7 mil per hour with farming 27, I think, and nothing else special. So now I have the results from the level 2 method, which is gonna be the Blast Newton Watts hole and my level 69 elephant pet. And to get the money from that is gonna be 378k per 6 minutes, so that's going to be 3.8 mil per hour with a method that's going to cost about 35 million coins to start, so that is definitely worth it. You'll get your money back in about 10 hours. And that is it for this video, for this money making guide. And if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to comment it below. If you want to copy this farm layout, feel free to visit me. If this helped you make money, please leave a like and a sub.